First things first is that going through a breakup sucks. And every single man out here, no matter what they say, understands how bad it is to go through a breakup and understands what heartbreak's like. It's difficult. It's not easy. I'd actually like to argue that men feel more heartbroken than women. I think that's
facts.
I think it's true. And I think it's because one of the possessive element that we have, the idea of her being with someone else hurts more than the idea of you being with someone else to her. And secondly, because you have a lot less options than she has instantly. So I think that breakups are worse for men than they are for women. And I understand how difficult and hard they can be. However, unfortunately, the unfortunate reality is that chasing her and being dedicated to her and saying you're going to do whatever she wants, etc., is very unlikely to work. It's very unlikely to work. And you have to look at the scenario you're in, look at the chessboard and make the best possible move. When you're heartbroken, when you're truly heartbroken, you can't even sleep. And your mind is constantly preoccupied. And instead of seeing that as a negative, what you need to do is use that as a source of unlimited power. If I was truly heartbroken today, let's imagine, and I could barely sleep, I'd be in better shape than I've ever been. I'd train like a fucking animal. You have to just take the energy inside of you. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be converted, whether it's heat into light or momentum into friction or however you want to put it, right? Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be converted from one form to another. And you have to look at that and understand that the sadness inside of you is energy. You can't destroy it, but you can convert it into something else which is constructive. And you just have to suck it up, buttercup, and get over it. Yeah. And there's no other way to do it. And obviously having an abundance of women makes that easier. But I wouldn't even put it that way. I'd say if you were with a woman and you lost her and you're now lonely and she's going to be moving on and you're absolutely not heartbroken and you're destroyed inside, I understand how difficult that is. But now you have genuine sadness inside of you, which is unlimited motivation for you to become a fucking beast, become an animal. And by the time you're finished becoming an animal, you won't care anymore. So if you really want to cure yourself, you just say, I'm going to get a six-pack and I'm going to get bigger arms. And by the time my arms are this size and I have a six-pack, then I'm going to think about that bitch. And you'll realize you don't give a shit about her anymore. That's just the way the world works.
So yeah, here's the truth about male-female relationships. Women fuck men they respect. Mm-hmm. That's it. They don't fuck men they like. They don't fuck men they love. They fuck men they respect. If she loves you and likes you and doesn't respect you, she will not have sex with you. I have women who respect me and fucking hate me, but they're here every time I call. So if they respect you, they're going to sleep with you. Yeah. And this is something that's biological and evolutionary. They fuck men they respect. And I say, look, it's much harder to fix something that's broken than just never let it go wrong in the first place. Right. From the second you got together, you should have been a man, and you haven't got to be an asshole. You haven't got to be aggressive. I'll sit with a girl and very politely say, look, if we're going to be in a relationship, if I'm going to take you seriously, you're not going to have male friends. If you want to hang around with a whole bunch of men, then yes, I'm not going to take you seriously. What do you mean you won't take me seriously? I mean we can fuck, but I'm never going to look at you as serious material. So the idea, the decision is on you. If you want to be serious, you're not going to talk to those guys. You want to talk to those guys, I'll fuck you sometimes. You decide. And I lay it on them. Now, if they choose to keep all their male friends, then that means she's chosen these friendships over me, which means sooner or later she was going to cheat anyway. Like, how long until she jumps on a new dick anyway? So why would I even be upset about it? Yeah. And this is another thing I talk about being a playboy. I have lots of guys come to me and say, oh, Tate, but I don't want to be a playboy like you. I say, look, if you want to be happily married, the best thing you can be first is a playboy. Yeah. The best thing you can do, because you're going to learn a whole bunch about women. You're going to have a whole bunch of choices to choose for a wife. If you're stuck with one option, the one chick you met, you know, then she might be a dickhead. Some women are just dickheads, you know?
Yeah. And another thing that gives you another thing that can give you a lot of hope is understanding is that her revenge on you is instant. Her revenge on you is getting on a boat and fucking 5 guys and going out to party and you're sitting at home alone. Her revenge is instant. Your revenge takes a little bit longer, but it is a better revenge overall. It takes, like all good things in life, good things come to those who wait. Good things don't come instantly. Your revenge is going to be using that sadness, using that sorrow to become such an amazing man that she realizes she fucked up. Every single one of my exes realizes they fucked up. There's not a single person who's close to me whose life would be better if I wasn't in it. Every single one of my exes looks and goes, I wish I had top G still now. I just text my boyfriend my problems. He can't fix them, but Andrew fucking could. I'm sitting here on economy, Tate's on his jet. I fucked up. And so if you get to take that sadness and sorrow and truly become the man that you know you can become, then your victory comes. It's maybe a little bit delayed, but it's certainly and utterly is coming, and you should be excited by that. You need to look that there will be a day where she regrets the decision she made. There will be a day where she understands that she fucked up and her life would have been better if she kept me. And I'm going to prove it to her. Yeah. That's what you have to do. You have to go do it.
Yep.
Respect and the woman thinking, you know what, he might just leave you, are linked. They have to be there. So you have to mean what you say. You have to let her know, look, there's some things I won't tolerate. And if you fuck with me, I'm going to walk away. And if you walk away and she doesn't chase you, then she's gone. At least you saved yourself a fucking nasty divorce and getting cheated on and all that shit. Just end it then and there. You save yourself a bunch of time. I've been head over heels in love with women and left them and never got them back, and they never knew. That's life. That's how it goes. I've been head over heels in love with women. I didn't want to lose them, and they weren't listening, so I walked away, and they didn't chase me, and I lost them, but that's it. My honor's intact, my pride's intact, and now I don't give a fuck anymore because time's a healer. That's life. So it's better than staying in a relationship which I'm not happy in because she starts acting like a fucking fool. And it's kind of like, I use chess analogies a lot, but it's kind of like chess. If you're playing a game of chess and you're in a losing position, and the only hope you have of winning is a big sacrifice, you give up your queen, and you don't know if it's going to work or not, but it's the only hope. You're better off making the sacrifice even if you lose, because if you don't, you're just going to slowly get ground down and definitely lose in the end. Like, do you love that pussy so much you'd rather delay the breakup by 7 months and lose without any pride or honor? And leave without any pride or honor while she cheats on you? Isn't it better just to say right hand in the air, you're not talking to that guy anymore? Like, the end is coming. If she chooses to talk to that dude over you, the end is certain. So can you have enough balls to just say bye and at least leave with your head held high?
There has to be a fear of loss.
Yeah.
There has to be a fear of loss of anything. This is not just a game, but in general, everything has a value because of fear of loss. So my very basic tenet when I say about relationships is that women don't want to fuck a guy they don't respect. Women don't have to like you. Women can dislike you, but if they respect you, they'll still fuck you.
Yeah.
So it's all about respect. So if you don't respect yourself, how is she going to respect you? So if she's giving you shit and you're taking it and you don't respect yourself, well then it's the whole thing. It's over. Trump said it in the Art of the Deal. You have to be prepared to walk away. And a lot of guys say they're prepared to walk away until it comes time to walk away, and then they're a bit like, oh, well, she's hot, or da-da-da. I've walked away from chicks who were fucking 10 out of 10, and I didn't want to leave, and I didn't want to walk away. I had to do it, because I knew, my view is very much like this. I look at the world like a chessboard. If you don't play chess, maybe this is a bad analogy, but if you've got a position, and it's a losing position, and sooner or later, your opponent's going to grind you down, and you're going to lose. But the only hope you have is to sacrifice a piece, for example, and to play a crazy move. It might work, it might not work. But if you don't play the move, you're going to lose. It's just going to take longer. So for me, it's like, well, you play the move, and if it doesn't work out, fine, because you were always going to lose. But most people are too afraid to pull the plug and force the action, and they'd rather just let it slowly happen. Their girlfriend will start to disrespect them, they'll take the shit, their girl stops listening, and they're just sitting there going, it'll be alright, it'll be okay. Eventually, they catch her cheating. Whereas me, I would have said, you're not going out with them people. If you go out with them, I'm leaving. I'd force the move, because it might pull off. Sometimes the girl will sit there and go, ah, and when she's forced to choose, she might choose you. Then you win. Whereas most people give up their chance to win just to elongate the certainty of defeat, and I don't